Most men are living a lie called someday. You tell yourself that one day the pressure will finally stop. You convince yourself that one day your woman will finally understand you, stop complaining, and just appreciate you. You believe that if you just work hard enough today, grind enough this week, and sacrifice enough this year, then tomorrow you can finally rest. I am here to tell you that day is never coming. That safe harbor you are dreaming of does not exist. As long as you are breathing, the challenges will never end. The tests will never stop coming at you. And your woman will never stop testing your strength, no matter how good you are to her. If you are waiting for life to get easier, you are already dying inside. You are drifting through your own existence, acting like a tourist in your own life. The world does not need another nice guy who is politely waiting for permission to live. The world is drowning in weak men who are afraid of their own power. The world needs a superior man, a man who does not hide from the storm but turns around and becomes the storm. Today, we are going to destroy the weak illusions that have held you back for decades. We are going to walk through 13 laws that separate the boys from the men. This is not about feeling good or hearing comforting words. This is about waking up from the coma of mediocrity. The first law is perhaps the hardest one for the modern man to accept. Stop hoping for a completion of anything in life. You have been trained by schools and society to think of life as a checklist. You think that once you finish this project, you will be done. You think once you get married, the dating game is done. You think once you retire, the work is done. This is a masculine delusion that weakens your spirit. There is no finish line. The moment you solve one problem, another one will appear to take its place immediately. If you fix your finances and make $1,000,000, your health will suddenly need attention. If you get your body in perfect shape, your relationship will start to fall apart. If you fix your relationship, your children will challenge you. Stop resenting the problems. Stop acting like the challenges are a mistake or a punishment. The superior man understands that these challenges are the very texture of life itself. They are the resistance training for your soul. Your mission is not to eliminate the chaos. Your mission is to stand firm in the middle of the chaos and give your gift anyway. Do not wait for peace to act. Act and find your peace in the center of the action. The second law strikes at the root of your identity and your insecurities. Live as if your father were dead. Many men spend their entire lives living in the shadow of their father's expectations. Even if your father has passed away years ago, his voice may still be echoing in your head. You might be choosing a safe career just to please him. You might be treating your wife with coldness because that is how he treated your mother. Or perhaps you are rebelling against him, doing the opposite of everything he did, just to prove him wrong. If you are rebelling, you are still reacting to him, and you are not free. A boy looks for approval from daddy. A man looks for truth within himself. Ask yourself right now and be brutally honest. If your father died today or if he had never existed, how would you live your life differently? What would you stop doing immediately? What risk would you finally take? You must love your father, but you must cut the spiritual umbilical cord. You cannot be a superior man while you are still trying to be a good boy for a ghost. The third law is where most nice guys destroy their relationships. Never change your mind just to please a woman. This sounds controversial in our modern world, but listen closely. When a woman challenges you, she is often testing your strength and your resolve. She wants to know if you can be moved. She wants to know if you are a mountain or a leaf in the wind. If you suggest a plan and she complains, and you immediately change your plan just to make her happy, you think you are being a flexible partner. But in her eyes, you have just proven that you are weak. You have proven that you do not trust your own direction. And if you do not trust yourself, why should she trust you with her heart? I am not saying you should be stubborn, arrogant, or ignore her wisdom. If she offers a perspective that genuinely changes your understanding, then change your mind based on the new truth. But never betray your own deepest intuition just to avoid an argument. When you collapse your boundaries to keep the peace, you destroy the polarity. She may get her way in the moment, but she will lose her attraction to you forever. This leads us directly to the fourth law, which is the antidote to neediness. Your purpose must come before your relationship. This is the brutal truth that society refuses to tell you. If you make your woman your number one priority, the relationship will inevitably fail. It sounds romantic to say she is your everything, but if she is your everything, then you have no mission beyond her. You become dependent on her for your sense of worth and validation. You will become clingy, jealous, and fearful of losing her, and she will feel it instantly. She will feel like she is the source of your happiness, and that is a crushing burden no woman wants to carry. She wants you to have a mission that is bigger than her. She wants to know that if she left you today, you would be heartbroken, but you would continue on your path because your mission matters. That is what makes you dangerous. That is what makes you attractive. Put your mission first, and your relationship will thrive in the space your strength creates. Now, let's talk about growth with the fifth law. Lean just beyond your edge. Most men are hiding in one of two places. Some are hiding in their comfort zone, doing what is easy, playing video games, and slowly rotting away in safety. Others are pushing themselves too hard, stressing out and burning out in a panic to prove their worth. The superior man finds the sweet spot. He lives right on his edge. Imagine your fear as a physical line on the ground in front of you. If you stay behind it, you are safe, but you are dead inside. If you run too far past it, you are terrified and unable to function effectively. You must stand right on that line. You must lean just slightly into the fear every single day. Whether it is approaching a beautiful woman, starting a business, or speaking your truth to a crowd, find the place where you are slightly uncomfortable and stay there until it becomes comfortable. Then find the new edge and lean again. This is the only way to grow a spine of steel. The sixth law is a matter of life and death for your soul. If you do not know your purpose, discover it now. A man without a purpose is like a ship without a rudder in a storm. He drifts with the currents of life, pushed around by everyone else's agenda. He adapts to everyone else's needs because he has no direction of his own. This lack of direction creates a deep, subtle anxiety in his core. He tries to numb it with alcohol, with mindless entertainment, with porn, or with meaningless sex. But the void remains, and it grows darker every year. If you do not know what you are here to do, drop everything else. Your highest priority is to find that purpose. Peel away the layers of social conditioning and what you should do. What brings you the deepest sense of aliveness? What gift do you have that the world desperately needs? Do not just get a job to pay the bills and wait to die. Find your purpose, or you will live a weakened, impotent existence that you will regret on your deathbed. The seventh law demands total flexibility and non-attachment. Be willing to change everything in your life. A superior man is not rigid. He is committed to his purpose, but he is willing to burn down his old life if it no longer serves that purpose. You might spend 10 years building a business, only to realize your mission has shifted. A weak man clings to the business because it is safe, familiar, and pays the bills. A superior man has the courage to walk away and start from zero because his soul demands it. You must be willing to end relationships that hold you back. You must be willing to move to a new city where you know no one. You must be willing to change your identity completely. Do not cling to who you were yesterday. Align yourself with who you must be today to fulfill your destiny. The eighth law attacks your favorite excuse for mediocrity. Don't use your family as an excuse. How many times have you heard a man say he gave up his dreams for his family? He says he is sacrificing his happiness for his children. But look at him closely. Is he happy? Or is he resentful, angry, and tired? Is he vibrant? Or is he dead behind the eyes? If you use your family as an excuse to not give your gift, you pollute your family with your mediocrity. Your children do not need a father who is always home, but is secretly miserable and defeated. They need a father who is fully alive. They need to see a man who is engaged with the world and winning. Of course, you must care for them and provide for them, but do not use them as a shield to hide from your fear of failure. Give your gift, and your family will benefit from your overflow of energy and inspiration. The ninth law is about presence and consciousness. Don't get lost in tasks and duties. The masculine mind loves to solve problems. We love to check things off a list, but you can spend your whole life checking things off a list and miss the entire point of living. You can become a robot, moving from one task to the next, never looking up at the sky. You must have a practice that breaks this cycle of doing, whether it is meditation, prayer, or spending time in deep nature alone. You must remind yourself that you are not your job title. You are not your bank account balance. You are consciousness itself. Do not get so lost in the details that you forget the mystery of existence. Refresh your spirit daily, or you will become dry, brittle, and bitter. The 10th law brings us back to the art of polarity. Don't force the feminine to make decisions. This is the most common mistake in modern relationships, and it kills attraction. You ask her where she wants to eat. You ask her what movie she wants to watch. You ask her what she wants to do this weekend. You think you are being nice and considerate. You think you are being a modern, democratic partner, but actually you are abandoning your post as the captain. You are forcing her to step into her masculine energy to lead the ship because you refuse to steer. When she has to decide, she cannot relax. She has to calculate, plan, manage, and worry. She wants to surrender to your lead. She wants to trust that you have it handled. Make the decision, take the lead. If she disagrees, she will tell you, and then you can adjust from a place of strength. But do not make her lead you. Give her the gift of your clarity so she can give you the gift of her radiance. The 11th law requires you to look deeper than logic. What she wants is not what she says. Men communicate with logic and facts. Women communicate with emotion and energy. If you listen only to her literal words, you will be confused forever. She might say she wants you to stay home and cuddle on the couch. But if you stay home every single time and neglect your mission, she might eventually lose respect for your drive. She might scream at you about the trash not being taken out, but she is not actually angry about the trash or the chores. She is angry because she does not feel your presence. She's angry because she feels unsafe and disconnected from you. Do not argue with the literal words she is using. Feel the energy beneath the words. She is testing you. She wants to see if you can stand firm in your truth, even when she is a hurricane of emotion. Do not try to fix her words. Penetrate her mood with your love and your unwavering consciousness. The 12th law is a paradox of love. She doesn't really want to be number one. We touched on this, but it bears repeating because it is crucial. A woman will often demand to be your priority. It is her nature to test for your attention and resources. But if you actually give in and make her the center of your universe, she will feel smothered. She will feel the weight of your entire life resting on her shoulders. She wants to be the queen, but she wants you to be the king who serves a higher kingdom. She wants to know that you love her fully, but that you would sacrifice the relationship for the sake of the truth. It sounds crazy to the logical mind, but a man who is willing to walk away for his principles is a man she can trust completely. A man who will compromise his principles to keep her is a man she can never fully respect. And finally, the 13th law. She wants to relax in the demonstration of your direction. This is the ultimate goal of the superior man in a relationship. A woman wants to feel that you know where you are going, not just in the car, but in life. Financially, spiritually, sexually, emotionally. She wants to feel that you have a map, and you are capable of reading it. If you are lost, admit it, but have a concrete plan to find the way. If you are uncertain, find your center until clarity returns. When you demonstrate direction, she can finally exhale. She can drop her armor and her defenses. She can let her feminine nature flow because she knows the banks of the river are strong. You provide the structure, she provides the life that flows through it. But if the banks are weak, the river floods and destroys everything. These 13 laws are not easy to live by. They require you to kill the boy inside you, the boy who wants mommy to take care of him, the boy who wants life to be fair, the boy who is afraid of making a mistake. That boy must die so the superior man can be born. Do not just listen to these words and nod your head. Pick one area where you are leaking power today. Are you avoiding your edge? Are you making your woman your mommy? Are you drifting without a purpose? Identify it, confront it, and step through the fear. The world is waiting for you to stop apologizing and start leading. The waiting is over. Your life is happening right now. Go.